Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile. Welcome back. So I'm going to start off with the very simple things. We have a 4 Sextant Elder Burial. The Elder Burial has 30% increased magic pack size, more fire monsters, 30% increased quant on unidentified maps, and additional monsters that heal. So it's going to be a very, very juicy Elder Burials. Then we have this superior unidentified corrupted Elder Burials, 20% quant quality, and then we have 4 Gilded Scarabs, Gilded Breach, Gilded Divination, Gilded Harbinger, Gilded Torment, and I have another 2, so I have a set of 3, so we can run 3 sets because there are 3 on this Sextant of these unidentifieds, and then I have these unidentified, so we've prepared all this for this video, and we're going to go right in, and then we're going to talk about our character, because the actual video isn't even about this crazy juicy map. It's about the character we're playing. We're just talking about what we did to the character so that it's juicy. So I'm level 92, Winter Orb, and here we go. So basically the build playstyle is you would charge up your stuff, and then when you run in, Winter Orb shoots things, and they wanted you to believe Winter Orb was nerfed this season, but it really is just as good as it's ever been. So you play Winter Orb, you're on this really high tier map, and you're absolutely just destroying everything, and your survivability, I'll be honest, is very similar to the Juggernaut. So you can get one shot from a big burst, but the damage mitigation when you have everything up is really insane. I don't know what's really doing it. So basically, to explain this build while we play through, I went to PoE Ninja, and I was looking at builds, and I was looking at Winter Orb, and I was trying to figure out something to do, because this is the Necromancer from the other video. I sold off all the Necromancer gear, reset the tree with Orbs of Regret, and here we are. We have our Winter Orb, Elementalist. So we don't actually run Beacon of Ruin. I copied this dude, and basically, because of his ascendancy, he takes the elemental reflect doesn't work, and so he gets to have a lot of fun by running literally any single map type. So you have base mana regen, and then if that's not enough, you get mana leech from your boots. And then if that's not enough, you could go for it on your tree too. Like it's an option, you know. But the mana, you have no issue for that on any of the maps. Health regen, you have health regen. You have pots, a health pot. So all you have to do is kill. So as long as you have damage and you keep killing, you move forward with your Winter Orb and always have your stacks up. You're gonna keep having a health pot, which is a lot of HP. As long as you have an instant bleeding flask, divine flask, you're gonna be golden there. So that's one big thing I do. And then the other thing for survivability on this character is so I talked about the health. So then there's health regen, and then there's also leech. We have life leech on the boots as well. So that mana leech is also life leech, and I think we might have some life leech on the tree. So how all this works to help us out is that we run literally every single map type. Every single one except for cannot regen mana or leech mana, because then I guess we're screwed and we have to go get a mana pot, which I have a curse immunity, like 8 use flask of like, it fills my whole mana bar in a single use or 2 uses, and it makes me immune to curses, and it's like it's so many uses. Mana pots are really good, and because it's an entire flask slot, so it has to be pretty good, you know. Yeah, of course they're going to be decent. So on that one map type, I waste 1 portal to go get the mana pot if it's really that bad. But the rarity of all of that stuff combined is like so low. And then if it's on another map, you'd be able to see it before you go in. So this is basically my experience. Why I made the character, you may be wondering. So I was playing the Juggernaut through these maps, and you can go back and watch the other videos on how well I was clearing with them. Basically, this is like the Jug, but it does damage and maybe better survivability in different ways. Nah, Jug is OP. I was face tanking. AFK. But Jug could still die on these maps. That was the crazy part. And so can this character. If I stop moving and stuff, I can die. So I put on this character, because I told you I copied a dude from PoE Ninja. I'll post his build in the description below if I can. His build is different from my build. I just took ideas from it, from what I know about Winter Orb. And then I'll post the other build I was looking at. So I have 2 builds. And I do this for a lot of stuff, guys. To be honest, I tell you, I follow a build up to a certain point. If I don't like the way it feels, then I try something else. So I tried someone's build. He had no extended Winter Orb duration. He had extremely expensive items. It seemed outdated. It wasn't using any new stuff. So then I went to the high scores of like who are the highest people with Winter Orb on Elementalist and what are they doing? Who has most HP and survivability? This guy looked like he was doing the deepest delves, which makes it look like he's strong. So I was like, okay, this guy's build seems good. I want to look at it. And then his differences were like some better flasks, blood and sand, and he runs, it's a mortal call on a cast when damage taken on like a really low cast when damage taken and a really low immortal call. And so you're basically just constantly getting this proc of like elemental resistance. And there was something else. There was something big that's like reducing all the damage I'm taking because of the, is it like my, on the ascendancy tree, instead of Beacon and Varun, I now have this new one that makes me elemental reflect immune, and I think it makes me take reduced elemental damage. So like this is a crazy node that's clearly like hardcore, more hardcore specific, and I can't believe like it wasn't, I don't know, that I wasn't using it. I have to go back and check that I cleared the monolith because I don't remember doing it. But yeah, that's the full clear. You can tell I had a lot less trouble with this character than I did with the Jug. The Jug would struggle to clear fast. Okay, let's see. Is it here? It is here. It was worth it. So this is where the build actually got to shine finally. So the difference really comes when you're doing breaches and timed events. So temples, pretty much everything where, because the Juggernaut only had a few issues, right? It was timed events because of its lack of damage. And so I would say that this character doesn't lack damage, doesn't lack clear, doesn't really lack anything. It's very good. I'm very happy with where it's at, and I'm not even done. I'm not done. This isn't where it's ending. I put a lot of time into making the full build, of like looking at all the different stuff and finding things and like wasting a ton of money and doing tons of trades and spent like literally tons of time spent doing this, right? So I wanted to get something that I was happy with before I showed you guys, because if I show you a shit build, then I feel bad. So I always make sure that I've gotten them to a point where I'm like, well, that's good. Now it's at least good enough, you know? So we filled up on 6 sockets. Pretty juicy. And we'll just go back for the claw real quick. Was there anything else? Okay. So my portal's way faster on this character than any other character I've ever played because we have cast speed, and I also have, like I said, I have cast on death portal, and then I also the flesh and stone can be changed to the red one when you're in danger and you maim stuff, which makes them slower, and it's very useful when they're being really annoying. Because sometimes the monsters are way too fast from your mods, so then it's a big issue. It was a really good map, and that was unidentified with all that crazy stuff. So like we could hit doctors on these, just saying. We might hit a doctor in this video, in this highlight of like me just showing this character. It's not the point of the video. I'm just saying that it's a real possibility. These are the super juiced maps where I got every single doctor from, and not a single one from the not juiced maps. Anyways, we're going to get the next map ready, and I'll talk about the character. So here's our next unidentified 20%. We gotta also get the frags, so one of each gilded. Boom. Okay, so the character real quick. We'll start from the top down. So we have the normal standard Winter Orb +2 helm. It had good life, some good resistances, and a lot of life. The mana's nice too, I found out. So we're running a standard Pandemonious. This is literally every build for Winter Orb, like Brain Dead. Everyone puts this in their build. So there you go. There's that. We have a cast speed, life, resistance, and elemental damage ring. It's literally just perfect. It's tons of life and the cast speed, you know, it's really good. Then we have Barracks Grip 2-stone ring. So we used to run the Shaper ring with an Elder ring, and then the Shaper ring would give you like all the leech and the healing, but now that's this ring. So 1% of damage leeches life against shocked enemies, 1% of damage leeches mana against frozen enemies. So you're using this plus this enchant. You're just stacking leech all everywhere you can get it. It's kind of funny. And then we just have a 6-link Inpulsa. Here's the kind of cool parts, because like uniques or whatever, I can tell you like these are the things we have, but the like this is kind of cool because I actually looked for those stats, and like I didn't look for those specific reses. I was able to craft the suffix. It's very nice, and I could slam still. Oh my god. Anyways, we have this. So this base was 14% increased cast speed, 16% of elemental damage is extra chaos, 40% increased elemental damage, and then he crafted multi-mod craft of 41% increased spell damage, 8% of cold damage is extra chaos damage, 5% chance to deal double damage, and 3% of non-chaos damage is extra it's gross. And then this one's like very similar as well, except it has 10% chance to gain arcane surge when you kill an enemy, and then it only has 12% cast speed. It has flat cold damage, and it doesn't have like the cold damage is extra, but I think these things are better, except for the arcane surge, because I think I already have arcane surge from the hypnotic eye jewel from the Command of the Pit gloves that I use differently from him. So he was using like his scepters to get arcane surge. I get it from my gloves because of these like 4x gloves. He had a much cheaper build than me, and I made a much better build where I think I can go higher than him. But basically, res, strength, health belt, I think I can get way better. The jewel is so good, okay? This is a corrupted blood, cold damage to spell, life, res jewel. Yeah. Okay, and then we got this. Cold, life, it's pretty shit. We used to have a shield, so I need to fix my jewels. The next time I go through the build, that's going to be the next upgrade. There's some bad jewels in here because they have like shields. So this is something from his build. The Green Nightmare. Gain 5% of cold damage as extra chaos damage, granting passives granting cold resistance or all elemental so it makes you tankier, and then it also gives you a chance to make an equal chance to gain a frenzy charge on kill. Yeah, of the chance that you have of the dodge hits. It's kind of ridiculous. And I was like, that's a thing. So I was like, more survivability. Good job, man. I like your build. And then because it's like we have tons of damage. I'm showing like clearly we have tons of damage. So then this is just a life, spell damage, area damage, like standard Winter Orb jewels that are just pure damage and life. So you know, good stuff either way, as long as it doesn't have the shield one. This is also good, and this one's also good. Other than the poison is useless. So they're three tier 1 jewels, with tier like 7% life. So it's a very expensive build, like not to be underestimated. I put a lot into this. It's of my headhunter money, but I was getting bored of the other characters. So this is the one I was talking about, Paragon of Calamity. 0.5% of elemental damage leached as life. For each element you've been hit by damage of recently, 40% increased damage of that element. For each element you've been hit by damage of recently, 8% reduced damage of taken of that element. Like, what? So it's pretty insane. pretty insane. Cannot take reflected elemental damage, and that's one of the ones I love the most because I was thinking about running chaos builds just so I can run these corrupted maps and never have to worry about the mods. And this is the character that I haven't had an issue with a single map yet. Now that I have the leech on the boots, like this is a lot. Oh yeah, these boots are so good. So this is tons of res, like buttloads of res, and then 82 life. And then I think our reses are 123, 103, 116. They're not the best, but and then we're running this pot, so we get 68%. So we go up to 107. That's pretty nice. And then we have the flame dash on a super low cast time with a super low cooldown, and our damage, I think it's pretty broken, but you guys saw my damage anyways. So we had Beyond because I like Exalted Orbs. Oh, we had apparently over 200 million experience an hour. And I'm level 192. Yeah, pretty good.
Life is short. Deal with it.
Forgot to keep going for the XP per hour, you know. So Beyond really like pushes the limits of the builds. If I cannot do tier 16 Beyond or the tier 16 Legion on the character, the character is flawed and I must move on and make a new one. If I can't figure it out or I don't want to invest in it anymore of that way, then I give up. Like if the playstyle is not fun enough, you know. Whereas this one, dude, oh my god, I like Winter Orb a lot, dude. I like it. I think it's in a great spot right now. It makes sense that to do a little bit more damage, you should have to channel and stop for a second, which is perfectly allowed in most fights. You have a second. They give most characters a second because other characters wouldn't even be able to play the game. So the fact that this one just needs a second to really pop off is the sick part about it. That one just got tormented. It could give me the doctor. Damn it, dude. I wonder how many comments are going to be like, hey, can I have your filter? Dude, guys, just get a filter, okay? Disable basically all the rares except for the cool bases. If you want the bases that have some value just because of their item level, you know, think about it. And then spend some time looking at how that works. And then the second thing would be, make sure that you have Shaper and Elder bases also, like, still good, as that you can see them or something. Yeah, you can go pretty low on your settings, and then in there just adjust how much of the div cards you want to see, what kind of value, start looking at the value of the ones that they're telling you you can show and not show of the different tiers. It's really easy, honestly, when you just start messing with it. Do a little bit of trial and error, you know. You'll learn a lot messing with the item filters. When you just copy somebody else's item filter, you're not going to understand why they did certain things. Like, do you understand why I disable all the rares at this point of the game when I have a bank of like 130x or something of 2 characters, like, or 3 characters, 150x as a solo player? Like, it's stupid. I don't need this much money. I'm realizing how insane this is, so now I'm having fun with some characters because we're like 40 days into the league apparently, and I could easily get a headhunter as long as the game is continuing to be fun. And I found this character to be that for me. This can do everything. I can bring it anywhere. I can do delving, I can do bees, I can do bosses, I can do anything I want on it. It's just that strong because of how much I invested. So if you guys are interested in where the build is at now, yep, I'll show you guys a POB in the description below. And then I already went through the build, but that'll have like the skill tree and all that stuff. I'll leave a link to the dude's build. I'll leave a link to the build that I didn't like and how terrible it was. So I'll put bad build and I'll put good build, and then obviously you'll see my build. I'll put my build. So we'll do all that. That should be good. Like, that should cover it all. But we're obviously in a great spot for the character, and it feels so goddamn good. Come on, dude. Let me out.
Welcome.
We're getting items on this one. This is the one, man.
I will see
This
you
is
again.
the juicy boy. What are these boots? 30%? Oh yeah, they are. 239. Ooh, no life. And no. Oh, hold up. Ah, no life. It hurts, man. It hurts. Well, no point in crafting anything because. Okay. Dude, look at all these maps. So I started completing my T14s and my T15s because we have 100% been sustaining my Elder Burial with no issue with all the stuff I invest in it and making tons of currency. So I haven't really worried about what I've been investing either. I've just been putting in whatever I want and it seems to be working. Um, when you put more, it's better. When you put less, it's worse. Wow. It was. Oh, we have a unique. What's it called? Oh, we have a concentrated effect level up. Sick, dude. Now it's a 2020, I think. So, I almost died doing that, apparently, because of the fireball. So, this thing, unique item, it's a valuable one. I actually picked that up. It was 40 chaos when I picked it up off the ground. It was the like one of the first ones I found at a high level map like this. I was like, oh, what the heck? How much is that? 40? Wow, cool. I bought like 6 of them or 12 of them in the past and actually like did them in Glacier. I didn't get a headhunter, but I tried. So maybe this one will be the headhunter, you know, because it's a valuable, unique item. It's got to be headhunter, dude. There's nothing else. What else is so valuable, you know? Dude, this is the perfect character for Breach with this Val Righteous Fire. I love it. Oh yeah, so the most important part about the POB obviously is going to be showing you guys all the links because I didn't go into specifics of all my links and all the like complicated stuff. I just kind of showcased this is my build and then yeah. So it's very you can go a lot cheaper. You could go 2 Doriani scepters as your scepters. It's way cheaper than doing these like 7x, 6x, 5x ones or scepters that I have right now. They're pretty up there, I'll be honest. They increased the damage by a lot. And then I got the enchant is huge for the boots, so I highly recommend getting the enchant if you're having mana or life leech issues. Like at any point you have to ask yourself, what am I having an issue with? And then think about how in the build you can fix those issues, you know? So I still want to increase the survivability of my build, so I do continue to hit levels, and these levels are getting me like 110 extra HP every time from these 5% nodes in the big wheel of HP. Then I might find it possible that if I go into more jewels because I have the money to buy jewels, that jewels could be worth more, like some weird new one from the Legion content. Maybe that would be better for my build. Maybe someone's going to recommend something in the comments below about how this build could use this, and then since I'm actually going to keep playing this build because this is the build I want to play, anyone's tips and advice on my build would be very helpful and appreciated actually, because this is like the first one where I'm really going for it on this one. This is the one. I love it. And I haven't gotten to Headhunter yet, so there's still some room for playing around until I get it. Oh, everything I've bought for this character too, I feel like I got a discount on it. Like the person was desperate for money where I'm not desperate and selling like, so he put it for like a terrible price. Either he was desperate or he didn't know the price of the items. And so there's a lot of stuff for this character, like those jewels. Or maybe no one's playing it, dude. Maybe Winter Orb is one of the best characters to play right now because everything felt cheaper than it should have been. Like these 3 tier 1 jewels you would think would cost a lot more, but they were very affordable. Let's just say that. And then that corrupted blood one's beautiful. We only had 1 bad jewel, so I have to fix that 1 bad jewel. I'll probably fix it and then put the better one into the POB after I fixed it. I have to remember to put all that stuff in. So we don't clear the boss. If you guys were wondering why I never go into the door, just in case. I don't know. If you guys didn't know, I have a Shaper Stronghold on this map. And so this, if you complete it, you'll remove the Shaper Stronghold. The reason why you want to keep the Shaper Stronghold is it gives extra monsters to your map. Very simple. More like Shaper monsters. And they also, I believe, can drop Shaper items. And then they're level 83, so that's good. So yeah, that's that. And then we have one more. I want to get a doctor in this highlight. That would be sick. But you can tell the character's a lot of fun to play. We get some decent experience running tier 16, super juiced up. It farms the heck out of... I feel like I didn't do the Legion, whatever. It's too late now.
Do you know what
It farms
happened
the
to
heck out
lamb
of
that
breaches
wandered into the
and
lion's
Legion. It's
den?
pretty good. I like it at this high tier with all this stuff invested. Knock, 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 knock. Knock, knock. Open up, I'm here. Rude Awakening!
Gets no
Are
ease,
you?
does it?
You're starting to figure
Thank
it
you.
out.
Found you,
See it in
little
your
exile.
you
Kill you.
fathom.
Easy clap.
My head still hurts. Mate,
Next.
You surprised me.
We got Sambodi's Vow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. Let's go back here just to check. Yeah, we're good. Ooh, a Harbinger. Here we go. Two annulment shards. Got it. Ah, beyond! Ooh, an Orb of Chance from all those. Okay. Look, we got a Torment. Okay. That was like 9 Chaos. No, that was only 1. I was joking. And there's like 6 of them. Dude, this map's easy as fuck compared to the other ones. This is like the easiest one I had out of all of them. This has like no monster attack speed or move speed, so they're just slugging it, dude. They can't do shit. I don't know. I guess if they hit like that, they do some good damage still. But yeah, that Host, not that bad. I love this, dude. Harbingers take a while, dude. Two ancient shards, okay. Here we go. Ooh, Elder Burial. Another Harbinger. I just got deleted. Let's get back in there. Much better. Okay. That was... Yeah, it happens. You can die on this. Weird stuff like that. Or a bazillion monsters all of a sudden spawns on top of you as you talk shit about the map. It was all in that breach. They were all hiding. They were ready. They caught me. I have a June to do as well. I get to see how well this works on tier 16 June. Like the lab version. Pretty cool. We didn't stand near the explosion because we don't have point blank, yay. No point blank, yay. Why would a build need point blank? What a flawed build. The fact that you have no damage, you need point blank to do any. Oh boy. This build you can actually stop and like not just die instantly. Things hit you like the lightning and they're not just frying you. I had mana issues on the tornado shot. It felt like just so weird. Constantly having to shoot. Or this, I have so much like extended time on the winter orb. It feels amazing, and like it doesn't feel bad channeling because there's some channeling stuff you can take as well. I really like the Winter Orb Elementalist. There, I was also thinking about the Occultist, because everyone does Occultist apparently, but I went for this route with HP and Elementalist. I was Beacon of Ruin originally. Like, I'll show you the bad build, then I'll show you the one I copied from the top. I was looking at a bunch of Occultist builds. The Occultist was looking really strong, but a lot of ES instead of life. And I was like, I don't really want to play ES, to be honest. This is a life meta. Did I not have my Valregis Fire for it up? I think I was too much thinking about what I was saying. We're not bad. We summon some Beyond. We're not going to get the valuable unique item opened in this. Damn it. We got some Torments in the basement.
World order.
He's tormented.
My line will assist you again regardless.
It's not a true test
That's
of strength
nuts.
now, is it, Ezraite?
Gotta be
Strength
honest.
was not enough to lift this rock.
My heart wasn't in this one.
What's up, Leo? How you doing? Remember when you guys all get away when I was using
To espionage
the-
array. Espionify?
I use fucking Jug and they just all live and run away, except for the one dude who tried to go for me. Man, then I'm not even fast enough to do these friggin' labs on the Jug because you just can't do the damage sometimes. It's like, wow. Where this? Look at that. Look at that. That's what I like to see.
Keep your eyes sharp.
Okay, now I'm gonna go back and open all the chests. because it's our super juice tier 16 map, and I want to take advantage of this area as well, because a lot of stuff spawns down here. Look, X orb of fusing, it was already worth it. An orb of alchemy? No way, dude. This guy's a big boy. Give me something good. Damn it. Look at all these trunks and chests and chests. I just didn't have time when I was coming through originally. I opened one and I was like, nah. I'm dead. I think there was a monster in there. Is that it? Why is there 50 monsters remain? What's up, dudes? What you doing? Wait, there's a torment over here too? Is that it? Plenty, right? Cleared like... Is that a Harbinger? Nah. Alright, that's it. Let's get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this shit. This character's got a lot more to go with it. This is just me continuing the goddamn grind of getting the doctor through the cards from the map by juicing it up myself with these crazy things where you think it would drop, but it doesn't always drop, and then you're just sad. But you have this video here showing off this new character again, and you played a bunch more maps, and you know, like, I just gotta play a few more, and then I'll drop some more of the doctors. It's gotta happen, right? It's gonna happen.
Salam.
We got another unveil. Here we go. Dude, we already have everything, man. What's the point of this? This character's awesome, though. Is there anything else I should say about it? Oh yeah, so this is one of the big ones. It originally, in the bad build, it had the Dying Sun Ruby Flask, and this guy switched it out for basically for like, obviously not straight up switched it out, but he's using this in place of that spot, and it's 15% additional physical damage reduction, 20% of melee physical damage taken reflected to attacker, and so like this is the physical damage league where all the monsters do more physical, so reducing the physical you take constantly, because we are keeping our flasks up like pretty consistently because we do so much damage. And then there's this effect here, so he had the reduced charges used. Mine might not even be high enough, but any of this is good, so I went for this with immune to curses. This wasn't that expensive, and then I qualified it up myself. So the immune to curses was massive because I started to realize that if you get a map call with the curse called like Enfeeble, Elemental Equilibrium, like a couple of these overlapped, you are doing negative damage. You're literally doing negative damage there. So curse immunity, like people go, oh, but what about temporal chains? I love that. Yeah, it is pretty nice. I know. It is very nice having your winter orb go out for longer, because like instead of the 6 seconds, it's way longer. But with our really high cast speed, it's it charges pretty fast if you so. It's not that bad. You can keep it up. You just have to hold it for like a second every 2 seconds. It's not bad. But yeah, this build's coming together, and any upgrades I do are gonna be like really big. Like I'm gonna be probably stripping the belt and that jewel right, and then maybe stripping the gloves and switching them to something better. I think I can get a lot more out of the gloves. Whereas right now, I kind of want to get reses through my jewels so that I can try to get really good stats on multi-modded, meta-crafted gear. It would be really fun to make some insane stuff that costs a lot, you know? That could be a lot of fun, making some powerful stuff, like more than 4x. Like, I think a lot of things I can make for in the gloves, or like boots or belt, could be insane. And as long as I just have my reses through my jewels, I'm good. And I've noticed you can get like 50 res jewels, so and they're cheaper than like normal jewels. So I have a new way to look at characters, but this is where we're at with this 21-23 winter orb, and we still have an open jewel socket. And then I'm not leveling anything because like things started to be feel really like low value to do. Like you invest so much in making your empower things and putting the quality on them and then corrupting them and all that investment, all that trading, and the profit is not very much now for where I'm at. Like I'm farming the big map where I'm gonna hit a 19x drop, etc. Like we're trying. Here we go. This is the gamble for the stream, for the video. We're gonna hit the headhunter right here. Prismatic ring. We got gem cutters prism.
Fate awaits you.
All right. So I think I've gone on for too long. Whew. Yep. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. The next one I have to record is Minecraft PvP Wars. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.